Hello, I'm Michael Wenzel with the Bring Power Home 2020 campaign here in Pueblo, and this presentation is to explain the benefits of bringing public power to the city of Pueblo and ideally beyond. But right now, that's what the vote's for, and that's the biggest way you could help is to vote for the ballot question 2A that's coming up on May 5th. So what this graph shows is a graph that was made by the Colorado Association of Municipal Utilities. It's based on 1 month's usage in last January of 2019. It's based on 700 kilowatt hours of usage. And down at the bottom, the blue line is Black Hills Energy. That's us. The ratepayers in Pueblo are paying one of the highest rates throughout the state of Colorado. So this is residential usage, and it shows that Pueblo ratepayers are paying 42% more on average than ratepayers in Colorado Springs, and approximately the same, 43% more than the ratepayers in Denver. And the total bill on average is about 17 cents per kilowatt hour here in Pueblo, and in Springs and Denver it's closer to 12 cents per kilowatt hour. So what this shows is a graph of a fast food restaurant of the owner here in Pueblo who owns two stores actually, one here and one up in Colorado Springs. This store, his electric rates are approximately 43% more than the cost of his electricity in Colorado Springs, and approximately 53% more than a similar store that would be running up in Denver. So this is a photograph of Black Hills Energy new headquarters in Rapid City, South Dakota, and Black Hills' main obligation is to their shareholders. It's termed as an investor-owned utility, or IOU for short. In 2018, the total ratepayers amount that was paid to Black Hills were estimated to be almost $120 million. And out of that, the estimated profits were at least $20 million that Black Hills got to keep out of all the rates that were paid in that year. That includes residential, commercial, and industrial. So we have no seat at the table when it comes to making decisions. Black Hills Energy and the PUC, or Public Utilities Commission, make the decisions for us as far as rate increases and other billing and surcharges. All those decisions are made in Denver. So what this shows is an overview of how public power would be operated. One, it's nonprofit and it's local control. The ratepayers have regulation and have say-so over the decisions that are made. And the city of Pueblo would keep tens of millions, right, as I mentioned a moment ago, at least $20 million annually that would be able to be put back into our local economy. And over time, bills would be lower. Initially, they'd be approximately the same as what we're paying now. Provided this passes for Proposition 2A, then more jobs would be created, and that would be mainly customer service. And customers are the number one priority. So how much will it cost? There's a condemnation process that we would have to go through, and the Board of Water Works would front the cost. They have the money. They would be selling some property that they own currently, and they would be using that money. And so there's no new money that would be required. There's no taxes involved with any of this. As a nonprofit, nonprofits do not collect taxes. And so it's called stranded assets. So the poles and the utilities, transformers, all that would have to be accounted for and determined what the value is. In 2019, in the Phase 2 feasibility study, it was determined that amount would be approximately $350 million. Black Hills may have a different number, and so it may take some time to work that out. And regardless, though, the debt would be paid back like a mortgage, and that would be through our electric bills. And after that debt is paid off, then our rates would go down significantly. So this timeline shows on May 5th, when the vote passes for 2A, that's what we're asking for, then there's two 18-month periods that we're looking at for PUC approval, and also through the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, and then through the condemnation process with the Board of Water Works. And so we're looking at approximately 5 to 7 years down the road before the transition would actually take place away from Black Hills and into the new power authority. So as you see here, over 2,000 utilities throughout the U.S. already in place that are run by public power, and 29 of those are right here in Colorado. And down at the bottom, you can see that there's several large cities throughout the U.S. Seattle, Los Angeles, San Antonio, and Orlando all run through public power. So the benefits of public power, it's owned by the community, and it's division of local government. Again, that would be the Board of Waterworks. And they have, over time, the Board of Waterworks may have the money to generate power, although right now we're looking at buying it out on the open market, which is a whole lot less than what we're paying for right now as the basic rate through Black Hills. And there's transparency. The Board of Waterworks meets once a month, and the ratepayers would be entitled to go to those meetings and voice their opinion and have their say taken into account for the decisions being made. And a wonderful thing is PEDCO, from an economic development standpoint, could breathe a breath of fresh air because now they could be able to tout the lower rates from the new utility, because right now it's not quite the case with Black Hills Energy. We'd be able to bring in a lot more business to the community, which would bring more money, more jobs for all concerned. So vote for 2A on May 5th. That's what's coming up. That's what we're asking. If you have any questions, feel free to get a hold of us on bringpowerhome2020.org. Feel free to go to our website and see more information on the benefits, how you can help if you decide to do so. And we really invite you to help us look for, create a new future for Pueblo by creating a new public utility. That's all for this presentation. Thanks for listening, and have a good day.